Hey guys, Mrs. Norberg, and I'm going to go over our last problems before your quiz tomorrow. So let's look at number one together. The dot shows the number of books that some sixth graders read last month. Find the mean and the median. So first, to find the mean, we've got to add up all of our numbers and then divide by the number of students. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 9, 11, 13, 23, and 24. And when you add those all up, we get 135. And we're going to divide by the number of students, which is simply the number of dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 students here. So when we divide that, we get a total of 9 books on average that each student read of those 15 students. The median we would find by crossing out the numbers from least to greatest. So if I cross out the dots instead of rewriting my numbers, so just like we would cross out the numbers, I'm going to cross out the dots in order. And we end up with 6 being our median. So we can write in here 6, that is our median, or the number that is in the middle. Number 2 reads, in problem 1, is the median or the mean a better measure of center? Now, if you look at your numbers, we've got between 2 and 11 are 13 out of 15. So the majority of your numbers are between 2 and 11. So they're pretty low. But you've got these 2 outliers up here at 23 and 24. So between 2 and 11 is about 6. So the median here is definitely your better measure of center because it's closer to the middle of most of your numbers. So the median is the better measure of center because the mean is changed due to the outliers at 23 and 24. So anytime you have an outlier, a lot of times your median is going to be your better measure of center, especially if the outliers are on the end of your set of data, because they definitely will skew your data and make it look a little bit higher because 9 is a lot higher than 6. Looking at the second page, if they have a box plot here, it's the amount of money raised by some students for a school fundraiser. Tell whether each statement is true or false. What are the 5 numbers represented in the box? So we've got 30 here, that is our minimum. 65 is our quartile 1. 70 is our median or quartile 2. 75 is quartile 3, and 80 is our maximum number. So A states that the variability of the middle 50%, so remember, the middle 50% is just everything inside this box here. So the middle 50% of money raised is less than the variability of the lower 25%. So essentially what it's asking you is the distance in that inner 50% smaller than the distance in the first 25% here? And that is true. So there is definitely less variability in the middle of our box than how far along that line is from our minimum. So we can say here that this is true. There is less variability in the middle 50% than in the 25% that is at the beginning. The box plot shows that 80 students raised money. Well, the maximum number is at 80, but that's not the number of students. We actually don't know the number of students here. We just know the amount of money. So this is representing the amount of money, not the number of students. So that is false. In C, if the $30 value is replaced by $50, will the IQR be the same? So the IQR is this middle 50% here, right? So if this number is changed to 50 instead, it's moved over here. So if we move this to here, is it going to change the IQR? No, it's not, because it's still below that 65. So that is true. It will still be the same even if we change the $30 value to a $50 value. What is the IQR problem for, and what does it tell you about the data? Well, if you remember, the IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So if we do that, that is 75 minus 65, which gives us 10. So the IQR here is 10. What the IQR tells us is that the middle 50% of our data is between the numbers is, I'm sorry, the IQR tells us that the middle 50% of our data is $10 apart in the numbers in between the numbers 75 or $75 and $65. So that means 50% of the students raised between 75 and 65% of, or $65. And that is it for this week's math problems. Make sure you are checking your work with what I'm showing you here so that you understand all of the material in order to be successful for your quiz on Friday.